Welcome back to Your Own Arc. Today we're going to be talking about 72-hour kits. I have hesitated on making a video about 72-hour kits, mainly because there is just such a variety of reasons why people want 72-hour kits that I didn't want people to think that I was saying that mine's the way to do it and other ideas are bad or whatever. So we're going to do a two-part series here. The first one I want to talk about the purposes of 72-hour kits. Second video I'll show you my 72-hour kit and give you some ideas of what I have in it. Another really good idea, there's a lot of people who have posted things on YouTube. Just search 72-hour kits or everyday carry and you will find a lot of good ideas that people have of different bag usages, different tools, different equipment, different ways of storing things, so that you can build your kit to your exact purpose. And that's the first thing we're going to talk about, is determining what is the purpose for your kit. There are a lot of different reasons why people want a 72-hour kit to have in their car in case they need to walk home. Something happens with the roads or the vehicle where they're in a situation where they have to walk. That one needs to be light enough to carry, to have in their car to keep with them and to keep them alive until help arrives if they get in an accident or something like that. To have in your car that will provide what you need if you have to evacuate your home quickly. To have in your home that if you have to evacuate, you would grab that and take it with you. And to have in your home in case the utilities or something goes out and you have to stay in your home, you have that 72-hour kit with enough to sustain you for that time period until the utilities are turned back on. So those are some of the different purposes that people have a 72-hour kit or make these preparations. So what we have to think of is what our purpose is. Now, in determining your purpose and what you're doing, you want to think of preparedness in stages or levels of preparedness. The first thing you can think about is if you start having a mindset of preparedness or a mindset of self-reliance, then everything that you have with you becomes something that you can rely on. So a pocket dump is kind of our first stage of preparedness, no matter where we are. It's what we have with us at any given time. So a pocket dump, you might have a knife, a multi-tool, a flashlight, fire starter, chapstick, wallet with some money in it, documents, and much more. Some ladies have a lot of very useful gadgets and things in their purses. So depending on your lifestyle and what you're doing, the pocket dump is very important because that's the first thing that you're going to have with you. The next thing we want to think about is what's in our car, or what do we take with us when we go somewhere, that depending on what we're doing, our activity or the weather or something like that, that may vary. But these are the things that we want to plan for, something that's not necessarily an emergency, but can help us out. If it's hot outside, we want to take some extra water with us, some extra food. If it's cold, an extra coat or a pair of gloves. You don't want to say, oh, I'm just going to run to the store and back. I'm not going to take my coat and gloves, because it is very cold outside. If your car dies, you become cold very quickly. It's not an emergency, but it can turn into an emergency if we hadn't made those advanced preparations, okay? If we're dressed up, going to church or to a meeting, we might want to take a change of clothes or a pair of shoes. Especially ladies who are wearing high heels or shoes that are difficult to walk in. They say, oh, I'm just going to run down to the church and I'm going to be right back. But if you're changing a tire in your high heels, you're going to wish you had a comfortable pair of shoes to slip on so you could perform that task. Okay, it gives you a little extra buffer to circumstances, like I said, that are not emergencies, but either could make you uncomfortable or could turn into an emergency. If you had to stay on the highway a little longer than planned, you may want to have some extra food with you. If there's an accident or some construction, the weather's bad, these things that are normal circumstances, they can happen. And if we're prepared for them, then the unexpected doesn't become an emergency. Okay, then the third stage is a purpose-based kit. We're going to take and determine what our purpose is for making this kit, and then we're going to build that kit around preparing us for that situation. A friend of mine lives in an area where every year, once or twice a year, there's a fire that comes through the mountainside behind their house, and they have to evacuate. It happens. They don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but every year, once or twice a year, they end up evacuating. So their 72-hour kits are specifically for them and for their kids to be able to grab as they go out the door. They know that they have the clothes and the things in there to sustain them as they leave to go to other family members' house, and they can last a couple of days until the fire threat's gone, and then they go home. My 72-hour kit is designed to keep in my vehicle in case I have to walk home. It's the worst case scenario, the bridge is out or something is taking place where I have to leave my vehicle and I have to walk home. So I want to get home. It's light enough for me to carry and has in it hopefully what would be sufficient for me to survive that walk back to my house. Okay. Another idea that we have in our house is we have storage totes, and I just keep several empty. I think we have 4 empty storage totes sitting in the bottom of a closet, and this is our to go from home 72-hour kits, or our go bucket. And we did it the other day. We timed it in 5 minutes. I said, hey, come with me with my wife. I handed her a tote, told her what we were doing after I had started the clock. Let's go. And we went through our bedroom and through the bathroom and through our boys' room and grabbed the clothes and the hygiene unit, things, supplies that we need, and diapers and everything that we needed as we walked through the house, room to room, that we would need if we were going. Put them in the car, went through the refrigerator, grabbed some of the non-perishable foods and those things that we could take with us, put it all out in the car. In 5 minutes we had sufficient clothing and some food and some hygiene equipment that we could use, and we could take our boys and load them up, and we could have gone somewhere. So for me, the reason I do that with the empty totes, I don't keep them full, is it's number one, the clothes and things that we use every day. And also, depending on the weather, if it's summer or winter, we're going to be grabbing different clothes and different things. So I keep those empty totes in our closet ready in case there's something that happens where we would have to leave our house. So we have those different agendas that we might have to look at. So you need to evaluate, what is it that I want my 72-hour kit to be able to accomplish? How am I going to be able to carry it, or where am I going to keep it? And depending on the answer to those questions, then you can build a specific kit around your needs. One of my opinions about 72-hour kits is that the 72-hour kit is in the car to get you home. You've made your main preparations at home. Your food storage, you can watch the other videos on food storage made simple, the foundation of your food storage and those things. You've made your preparations at home, and your kit is to get you home back to your main preparations. If you have your preparations at home, then like this with the empty tote, you can just grab it and you can pull off of your preparations that you've made at home very quickly, and in a matter of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can have filled your vehicle, your truck, or your car, or whatever, with the necessities that you would need fairly quickly, because you have them available, they're in your home and accessible to you, and very quickly you can load up and have what you need to do whatever has to happen. So catch us in the next video, and I'm going to go over my 72-hour kit, and also search online and look at other people's 72-hour kits and see what suggestions and ideas you can gather from them. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, send us an email at yourownark@gmail.com or comment on yourownark.blogspot.com.